Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here. I'm your host, Snoop. We're on YouTube, of course. Unless somebody's bootlegging us and putting us on other stuff. We're on YouTube. Does YouTube bootleg YouTube? I don't know. This is Toon Factory. Over 1 hour classic animation. Exclamation point there. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. DVD. Toon Factory. What these were Digiview. See, Digiview Entertainment. And every one of these is an approximate hour and 10 minutes, standard full frame, black, white, and color, stereo sound, English, blah, blah. Read back here. Adventures Rocky and Bullwinkle now explain the existence of this shit. Rocky and Bullwinkle was one of those popular TV shows of the 1960s. Its continuous success is due to the zany characters and absurd plots that captivate children and the clever puns and topical references that tickle the funny bones of adults. The heroes of the imaginative series are Rocky J. Squirrel, a flying squirrel, and his best friend, Bullwinkle J. Moose, a dim-witted but good-natured moose. From Frostbite Falls, Minnesota. In most episodes, the furry duo matches wits with the fiendish but inept agents of Pennsylvania, Boris Badenoff and Natasha Fatale. The never-ending attraction of the show is enhanced by such ingenious, entertaining, recurring segments as Fractured Fairy Tales, one of my favorites, Peabody's Improbable History, that's Peabody and Sherman, for your modern audiences. Dudley Do Right, with them in the movie about that, that's kind of known. Of the Mounties, Aesop and Son, which is no one I love, Bullwinkle's Corner, and Mr. Know-It-All. Since Rocky first took to the air 4 decades ago, this timeless comedy classic has gained an enormous loyal following. See for yourself why. And I don't see a 2007. Wow. It's almost 20-year-old DVD. Alright. Show what it looks like on the inside. And it's got some screenshots. It's from the episodes that are on here. Certain episodes exactly. And this is a legit press, This is not a bootleg. This is not, they ain't got to worry about, there's no license. What it is somehow a handful of Rocky and Bullwinkle episodes from, I want to say, like 16mm prints. They do not look like they're from, full. They probably would have been made 35 because they're made for TV back in the day. They look a little rough. Are either believed to be or in the public domain because they didn't get copywritten properly or did not get renewed in time. I don't know how many episodes this is. The only reason I know about this is a little bit I found, and this site was on, I can't remember, it was a cartoon site. I found it on like the old Larry Beck's blog and Cartoon Brew, and what was it, Toon? Was Toon Zone the name of the big Toon cartoon forum? Found the link on there. It had a little detail on what it was. Is that happened. So for a few-year period, and I think this got corrected because you had 2 or 3 volumes of this come out. Each one about an hour or so. That's like an hour and 10 minutes. So it's probably 3 episodes, I think, is what it is, of the show. Usually in order, which is cool because you get a continuing story. And that's the thing with Rocky and Bull. We get continuing stories. They look okay. I mean, for DVD, they don't look bad. It's a lot cheaper than the big set, even though the big set is extremely cheap now. It came out the big set was out, but the other reason I knew this had to be public domain was my local Fox or NBC, one of your over-the-air channels, like one of your big ones on a CW or one of those little minor ones, my network TV. Every Monday through Friday, or it might have been Monday through Thursday. I think Fridays actually had something like midnight or 12:30. They aired Rocky and Bullwinkle. It was the same 20 or so episodes over and over for a couple years, and they looked rough. Like some of the interstitials, like when they fall and become the plants and shit, would be in black and white. You're like, what the hell? But it was kind of cool seeing these because I didn't have the DVDs in. I got this when I moved here, and I hadn't brought that DVD set with me. Well, drawback to this is, and this is what sucked about it back then, was I was watching all my DVDs at the time hooked up to a TV that was a mono TV, a little small mono TV with a built-in VCR I had sitting right next to my bed, and I had like a stereo TV that DVD player hooked up to because the only inputs on it were used for a satellite. I had to use a modulator box for this shit. What this thing is this is stereo only, and the down is pushed to either the right or left channel. So we play it on a mono TV. Either you get incredibly loud blasting sound, or you get almost no sound. If you crank it all the way up, you can just barely hear something. But stereo TV, you ain't got to worry. And nowadays, you ain't got to worry about because, how many people have a mono TV? I ran into this problem, fuck, this is messed up. That's what made me research it and find out. Because I was like, did they license this? Because I had When this came out, anybody know, because this would be 2007, I probably bought this in 2008 or 2009, probably 2008 or 9, one of the two. When this came out, was the full original run of Rocky and Bullwinkle on DVD? Anybody remember? I got the big box set. I think I've done a video on it. And Rocky and Bullwinkle was one of those, I loved it, but it's one I only ever saw like if I was homesick from school, we had a holiday off from school or summer, because it aired at 2:30, if I remember right, for years on my local. Became our Fox affiliate. We even became a Fox affiliate for Fox, their own lineup, and before they had the Disney shit. They even went to the Fox lineup for a little bit. Rocky and Bullwinkle at 2:30, that channel, and no matter, even school let out at like 2 o'clock. My bus ride was a good long ride home, so I would never catch it. I loved it. It was one of those because I didn't get to see it. I loved it. And the thing was because you would see it. And it probably was because, I'm guessing, the package that our local channel had did not have all the episodes. Because I only remember being like 3 Rocky and Bullwinkle stories. The first one with the aliens. The one with the flying mountain, I think, was in it. It was something like that. The Upsidasium or whatever that shit is. I can't remember the other one. Because I can remember times where like, I'm homesick from school. Let's just say it's let's say it's September, like after Labor Day. So you have no holidays during the week or on a weekend, on a Friday, Monday, where I'll be out of school until Thanksgiving. Homesick, I catch episode. It's like the second or third episode of, I think it was the Flying Mountain with the Upsidasium. I think that's what that was called. That might be one with the aliens too. I mix these up a lot. Early November, for some reason, I didn't go to school one day, and I decided to watch it. And they're only like 3 episodes past that. So they were repeating them a lot, but it felt like to me these stories, and I didn't know it was, how many episodes past. I remember the number. It felt like these stories were super long when they weren't, I love me some Rocky and Bullwinkle. This is just a neat little piece of Rocky and Bullwinkle merch. I mean, Toon Factory's a whole pile. It's all public domain cartoons. I picked up any one I found that I did not own. I probably lost a good handful of them. But there's interesting little artifacts of a time in DVD. Y'all remember the early days of DVD, almost 20 years ago specifically. There's public domain shit all over the place, and stuff like this we get in. And I like the designs. I like the Toon Factory design. They had cool little menus. I mean, Digiview. I don't know what happened to them. I've heard stories like they released something that turned out not to be public domain, got sued. But I do notice they would censor films because I had. Exit the Dragon, Enter the Tiger. It's like one of the Bruceploitation films. And there's a scene later, about halfway through the film, where somebody's bedroom or something, and there's like centerfolds out of Playboy or whatever up on the wall, and they blur out the breast and the full frontal, which is something that you could show in an R-rated movie. So they did censor stuff a little bit. I'm out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Blah, 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 blah.